guys, what is up and welcome back. So right now I'm at my camp, my grandparents' camp. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a review and like kind of my thoughts on this backpack. This is the Torvol FPV Pitstop backpack. So the reason why this is kind of like a premium backpack for like $100 is because so the next backpack up in this line is called the Torvol Pitstop Pro, and that's what like some of the pro FPV pilots use, like Ladrib and Joshua Bardwell. And then this is the lower model, but it's only $100. And essentially, the only thing that's different about this is it doesn't come with some side pockets, and it doesn't have this quad strap on the top. But they released this strap that you can actually just buckle on a while ago, and it essentially just hooks on to both sides. So with that, basically you can get all the features of the Pitstop Pro for only like $100. So let's get into the backpack and how I use it. Alright guys, so first thing first is I'm gonna go over how I set up the backpack, and then I'm just gonna kind of say the features I like and show you everything in the meantime. So starting off on the outside, the back's pretty sturdy, and it's flat, which is good for putting quads on the back. We have these two pockets here. You can put a tripod, water bottle, and then there's the same thing on the other side. And then looking at this side, there's good cushioning on the straps and on the back part right here. And there's a strap to go across the front here and right here on the lower part. So this is good for biking or like walking, hiking if you're going anywhere like that. So like I said before, here is the strap on the outside. It has a little bungee strap, and right here is where it connects. I'll link both the backpack and this extra strap in the description. So yeah, you can fit one quad on the outside with that strap. That's where I have mine. And then we have a pocket here on the outside. You can put like anything that you want to get to on the outside, maybe props, antennas, or like food. Now getting into on the inside, well actually, one other thing is that it has these rubber pads on the back, right here. Okay, so now getting onto the inside, you open up the backpack from the top, which is good, so you can set everything down. And this is how I have the backpack set up. So first off, I'm gonna go to this part right here. This part comes out, and this is kind of like a quad workstation. So the first thing you have is you have this little compartment, and it has a magnetic part right here, so you can put screws or anything like this, and it'll magnetize right to that. There's a strap right there, so this is good for making sure not to lose anything in the field. And then a really cool feature about it is that it has this like rain fly type material that goes out here on the outside. And basically, if you're out in the field, you can kneel on that or put your quad on that to work on it, so you don't have to get it wet or anything like that. And that's actually a really convenient feature that was on the Pitstop Pro and is on this also. So now moving into the actual bag part. So yeah, here's how I set it up. Get a good look at that. So the first thing I do is I keep my controller right here. And one thing to note is this is how it comes. The bag comes set up. I moved this divider like a teensy bit this way, but basically they set it up perfectly already for you to put everything in. So this controller compartment is really good to store your controller, and it helps to not damage it. I have some gimbal guards on it, but that's the only extra thing I have for protection. So that's where I keep my controller, right there. And then next thing is right in here I keep all my props. I don't have too many right now, but for anyone who has a lot of props, that's a perfect spot to keep them. And then in here I have my cameras. I have my Garmin and my Session, which I mount on my drone, and some SD cards, stuff like that. So this is a good spot for your cameras or anything like that. And then another thing I like is they have a compartment that fits your goggles really well. I think it could also fit DJI, and so could the controller spot. And then in the other side of that compartment, I have this just container right here. And I really don't have to put everything in here, but I just like to keep it in a container. Then I have some extra camera stuff, a ton of extra screws, wires, standoffs, ND filters for session, and then extra antennas and SMA pigtails and everything like that. And finally, a prop tool, some little wrenches and stuff like that. So this is a good spot to keep all my tools, and I like how it's really easy and accessible to put everything in rather than like just a normal backpack. And then also something to note is these dividers have little stretchy parts in here, and I keep a little screwdriver and other stuff in there. So I could put lots of other tools in here, but this is just how I have it set up now. Then lastly, down here they have a designated spot for batteries. I just have a couple in here, and yeah, so it's perfect size for fitting in batteries. You could also put a little thin battery bag in, like one of the low pro ones. I think there's also a battery bag you can get to put in here, but I actually just put in my batteries. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, put the batteries in the bottom where it's heaviest. You have your controller compartment right here. Anything else kind of goes in the middle. You've got a good spot for your goggles. So yeah, this is really a good backpack for someone doing FPV, like especially someone like me. I'm not going everywhere, but I do fly a lot and stuff like that. So I'll be able to use this for some more years, and it's only $100, which is really good considering that it has stiff sides, it has the little Velcro pieces, dividers inside. So it basically has everything kind of like a pro FPV backpack would have. And I'd say it's kind of a good affordable price for what it is. So yeah, this is yeah, really good. So I'll probably do an update video if I use it further, and I definitely will be, but I just got it like a week ago, and so far it's done very well. And yeah, it's really sturdy and good for gear. It was a big upgrade from my other bag, because my other bag was just kind of like a normal backpack that like a hiking backpack, but this is actually meant for FPV. So I would recommend this to anybody. I'll have all this stuff linked in the description, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.